everything that we've been doing has been in the main function. But today we're going to learn a new thing called functions. So it's a smaller piece of code. You're trying to take a big idea and break it down into smaller parts. So we're going to do a demonstration on the floor. But before we do that, do you guys remember how I was doing the peanut butter jelly thing yesterday? How it was like coding? Yeah? Yeah? So now I'm going to relate that more to the to functions. So within our main function, that's what the robot is doing. We're going to write a function called jar to make it easier. So when the robot is going to take out a jar, uncap it, put the lid down, take out a knife, all of that, we're only going to have to write it once. So we don't have to write it every single time the robot has to do it. So inside of our jar function, what are some things that we need? What's the first step?
A knife? No.
So we're taking out a jar. So what's the first step? Yeah.
Bread? We need the bread.
So we're just doing the jar. So the big problem is to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but it's just the jar. So we're just focusing on the jar.
So we have to try to get the. So we have to try to get the jar.
Get the jar out. Yeah. So get jar. And then what's next?
You open the jar?
We have to open the jar. Yeah. Before we do all that. So open jar. And so now we have the cap in our hands. So what do we have to do?
Close the jar?
Yeah.
Didn't
We still have the cap, so what do we have to do with the cap?
put it down?
Put the cap down, yeah. And then that's the whole jar. So instead of having to write all of this down every time we want to open a jar, we just say jar every time. So now I'm going to show you a short video explaining more about what functions are, and then we'll get to the example on the floor.